That was Greek.
Nah, it's Facebook.
It was
Come
Facebook.
on, what your social media game is
then
weak
it was
here.
Twitter.
It was Facebook.
Twitter.
If that was Twitter, whatever, we got a draft. It was Facebook.
Yes. Okay. What do we have? We have an IO ban from Team Empire.
Scandal bat ban.
And we have a Scandal bat ban. And it is Empire on the Radiant.
Posh got Ench banned, as I said. I think Empire would have picked it again, so I like that. Finem bat ban that. Even though it didn't win, it's still good. Yeah, BM
it's better from Empire.
Oh yeah, I think this is a way better opening draft.
I just want to see, do Finem pick
Lich, boys.
There it is.
Okay.
This is interesting. They're playing their...
Dude, I think...
This could potentially be the final game of Team Empire in the tournament. They give away the Lich. Is it going to be a Lich in the middle lane? I want it to be a Lich in the middle lane. They take the bounty themselves.
Yeah! We've got Afterlife Nature's Prophet. That's good for Empire.
But what are they going to do about that middle lane?
Well, what are they going to do about that
I think they're just going to sack it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
So
we both had the... Yeah.
I think that Scandal is probably, in terms of being a mid laner, he is one that's defensive, doesn't generally need a lot of help, he can take care of himself, and yes, he's going to miss a lot of experience, but I think that Scandal is one of those players that can catch up. He'll make sure that he takes care of himself, and it would be even better if he plays a hero that can catch up through Ancients, for example, that you can actually control.
Like Alchemist.
No, he's not playing. Well, looking at Finem, though.
I was thinking like Templar Assassin. That's actually a hero he plays.
Do you really want to have Templar Assassin up against a Lich dual lane in mid?
It's not ideal, no. But
is that your professional analysis?
I am not an analyst, so don't worry. I don't need to do that. That's your job. So you're saying that's not a good... No, but what other mid
I'm
can
saying,
catch
like,
up?
let me put it like this.
Okay.
If Empire want to lose this game, then I think you're onto something. But if they do not want to lose the game, then Templar Assassin, you know,
No.
you might not want to go with
Okay,
that
so
direction.
which other mid hero has the potential of catching up later somewhere else?
Don't want to get this puck, but Finem is going to ban puck. Ban puck.
Did you forget to take your pill?
What?
Did you take your meds?
Oh, I hope I'm not going to fall pregnant. I mean, what? What?
I think he did forget.
Yeah, he did.
I'll make sure he gets it.
Yeah,
Why have we... Sorry, can we have the draft back, please?
I'll make sure he gets it, don't worry.
Sorry, can we... Thank you. Sorry. Yeah, they're ban puck. I told you, they're going to ban puck. You ban puck because you don't want to play against puck, because the puck is a puck. And I'm not pucking about
It's
it.
Scandal puck.
Scandal puck. You ban the puck. I told you, they ban the puck. They're being smart out
Ryu, I know you're
that.
there. Can you please get Owen's pill? It's in my bag.
Empire. Who are they going to ban?
It's in the front
They
pocket.
banned an axe. I mean, I like that.
Yeah.
They're already going to get a bit of the old pushy in.
Okay.
There we go.
Thank you.
Oh, this is good. I think he needs
What even
this.
is that? I don't want that.
Yeah, you do.
I know you don't want it, but
You need it.
You know it's good for you. You know you have to.
Here we go. Team Empire now. Bounty Hunter in. Nature's Prophet as well. I don't want that.
Dude.
I'm not having it.
That was unnecessary.
That was unnecessary.
Owen won't take his
Owen
meds.
tossed away his pill.
You know we're gonna have to put you back in the asylum if you don't take your meds, Owen.
We're gonna have to get
Hey,
the
what's one
sedation
of
out.
those vests called in the English language? But here,
I think it's for the vest.
no, where your hands are like one of those white things, where your hands are stuck on what?
Talking about straitjacket?
No, where your hands are.
Yeah, I think it's a
strapped to the back.
straitjacket.
Well, they're
talking
taking a long
about.
time with this ban. Look, they're going into overtime.
Okay,
Here.
I did have a spill
They've
for
had
you guys.
Spirit
but you didn't
Breaker. I
want
mean,
one.
that is. Well, that is actually one of the things that add Finem when they pick Bounty Hunter. They say the one thing that he hates the most is Spirit Breaker. And, and maybe next time he's kind of an expert in Bounty Hunter. So they know that if there's going to be anything.
I would have liked to see a Spirit Breaker.
Oh, because Ad Finem would have loved to see a Spirit. They would have loved to play a Spirit Breaker. But Empire, we're not going to give you the chance against the Bounty Hunter and against the Nature's Prophet. It's far too strong.
Which hero? I mean, no hero does the same. Which hero would also be strong against both of those heroes at the same time, just like Spirit
Bounty
Breaker?
and Nature's Prophet at the same time? I kind of want to say Ember Spirit wouldn't actually be that bad to play against.
Ember would be okay.
Because you're not getting killed by them unless Nature's Prophet gets good timing on the Orchid.
Dude, I'm thinking for some reason, like I know that Zeus is not going to get picked, but would Zeus be okay if Queen of Pain wasn't picked?
I don't think he's going to play Zeus.
Zeus for Empire? Or
no, for Ad Finem. If Queen of
Finem.
Pain wasn't picked.
Oh, well, Queen of Pain is picked.
I know he is, but I want to know if Zeus would be good against the Bounty Hunter / Nature's Prophet.
Oh, yeah, he would be alright.
curiosity.
Yeah, no, he would be fine, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, but they have
information
Queen
is
Pain. I know
not
it's not
valuable.
going to
Yeah,
get picked
okay.
yeah.
Right,
Okay.
we've got Quat, we've got Lich. They picked, they did go Witch Doctor, but I like to see Witch Doctor, please. Something to help heal people that
Yeah,
are
I
getting
think at
chased down
Finem
by
they
the
might actually go
Doom.
for that Ember Spirit. It's
You
not
gonna
on
go for the Ember
input.
Spirit now?
They could do it
I mean,
now
yeah,
or
it's
on the
still
fourth pick.
good.
It's good against, like,
Fourth
Doom
pick,
is
though.
not the best hero against Ember Spirit because it takes you so long to cast Doom. Like, you know, Doom has to lift his hands up and actually cast Doom on an
it's
Ember.
still good against
So
it,
if the Ember is fast and you have, you know, if you're using quick cast or whatever, then you can always just, you can remnant away from the Doom before he can throw Doom on you.
Yeah, I don't know if I've been a team that play Oracle. But I don't... I think they're comfortable with the Witch Doctor pick.
You know which hero is still in the pool that they play a lot?
Yeah.
Earth Spirit.
I think
But it
potentially...
depends on if maybe next time or Spartan
Sven.
is
Oh,
playing
they
Lich.
okay, they get madder as Sven. Well, as we know, that's like his most comfortable pick.
Yeah.
He's gonna, what do Empire still need? They still need, what, Scannel and Ramsey's hero? I still wonder if you're going to go for the Scannel Batrider.
Scannel Batrider was first banned by Adfinum though.
Oh, 2-time.
But
Sorry.
otherwise they
Thanks,
probably
Mike.
could have picked it.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah, you are here and you're helping me. Sorry. Yes, no Scannel Bat. Or do they try and get Ramses? I mean, Gyro is still in the pool. I guess Sven does kind of do pretty well against the Gyrocopter, but Ramses, he's really good with the hero.
Gyro is a very, Gyro could potentially be a good hero.
Spectre, I know it's got nerfed, the agility gain, the Haunt cooldown, but it's good with Nature's Prophet and Bounty Hunter catching people out across the map.
I could see Gyro working. I mean, they have the Sven and they have the Lich, so it's nice to have a ranged hero, kind of. And the cooldown, the magic damage is kind of good because they have so much armor.
I mean, or maybe you do just go for the slot.
Do you go for the Zeus if you're on Team Empire?
So now I'm kind of curious because is this gonna be? I think it's gonna be either a mid Doom or Nature's Prophet.
It could be mid Nature's Prophet. I think.
Unless actually they could run a safe lane Doom and still pick up the mid hero last, but
I don't think Doom's a Ramses.
Safe lane Prophet.
no, I also don't really feel like it is.
Off-lane
It could
Bounty
be a safe lane Prophet as well.
It's not an off-lane bounty.
I mean, they have a lot of options. I think
Scandal. I think
Adfinum
Scandal
are.
has played Nature's Prophet before.
Huh?
I think Scandal has played Nature's Prophet before.
Yeah, okay. Adfinum are as confused as we are right now. So
I think you're
not worry.
bang on. I think you're about. You get Scandal in the mid lane on Nature's Prophet, Afterlife on the off lane Doom. You're gonna have. Is it mid posture or King High plays the bounty hunter? I can't remember which way around it is. Yeah. Okay.
Bounty Hunter.
Doom mid
believe that's
is
mid
actually, you know
like
what?
Adfinum still go for
They could run mid Doom still.
Yeah, Adfinum got the Witch Doctor that I was talking about.
Against the Lich, you don't care that much. You just go into the jungle. You eat a creep, you kind of make up for the lost XP, and then it could work.
Okay.
We're gonna see.
So last picks are in order. What would you like to
still need what Skylark's. Wait, is Beast? No, Beast Master's gone.
We need probably
Maybe
a core
maybe
for
we can
Empire,
see from
most
the
likely.
ban what they're kind of.
99% likely.
Do you think? I wonder if Adfinum would be thinking about getting Skylark Tidehunter.
I wonder if
Skylark
Empire is still
Tidehunter.
thinking maybe a potential Slack.
Tidehunter could work.
I'd still like to see the Gyro. I mean, you've got Disruptor to set it up.
There's a lot of options for both teams, actually. In terms of game plan, in terms of how much pressure they want to apply early on and later on, and when they want to end this game, which team do you favor, and how do you feel like their plans are going to work out?
Slaughter, man.
Well, Slaughter. Yeah, maybe, I don't know, it could potentially be like a Bone Fletcher. Bone Fletcher, Brood Mother is also another interesting option, actually, for...
But surely if you
Or
have
Adfinum.
you do just ban out like the Slark or the Gyro. The two ones that we know Ramses has.
Slark, I think,
Like-
is the hero that you want to ban.
Yeah.
They have a really hard time dealing with Slark right now. They don't really have any good lockdown.
I mean, they got a lot of armor.
All of the spells
They've
are
got a lot
so
of
easy
armor.
to deal with. Yeah, he's gonna steal stats and they can't really kill him that fast. I think Slark is the hero you ban here. Gyro, they can kind of deal with him. I feel like easier at least than... Okay, they think it's...
Well, they think it's a safe lane Doom.
Yeah. I mean, I have no idea at
mean,
this point, actually.
This is, Empire could be trying something a bit funky here. Adfinum will finish up. I mean, it's got to still be Scarlet. Scarlet's who they're looking for.
10 seconds remaining.
We have actually seen Queen of Pain off lane, Queen of Pain safe lane before, as in there are options on the side of Adfinum.
I don't know if Adfinum have done that.
What's Skylark gonna play?
Well,
Skylark's hero is last, I'm thinking.
And Skylark hero is normally not picked last.
Oh no.
He's normally
Dude,
a
where's
Beastmaster or
Darkseer
Nature's Prophet.
nowadays? What happened to the old Darkseer? Give us some Darkseer,
I wouldn't mind
boys.
seeing a Darkseer.
Void.
I'm okay if this is Void.
Right. Another purple bastard.
That's fine.
I like that.
It's gonna be hard to deal with, I think.
And that hero got buffed too. If he gets a few bashes, level 4 of his bash does so much damage.
Yeah, but
I mean, in the chrono, he doesn't
do
deal as
double
much
in
damage.
chrono anymore.
Yeah.
Oh! Yeah,
There it
boys. This is what we're talking about. Pick Alchemist, you win games.
Yeah, no, but
Set the meta, lads. Let's go.
I talked to some
good.
people about
MVP
this,
Phoenix
and
was before you.
the Alchemist up against the Lich in mid lane is it's one hero that you can actually pick, because what you do is you just push the wave all the time, and then you're gonna have some stacks in the jungle. You go into the jungle, you're gonna clear it anyway. You're gonna catch up that way. We talked about how the Alchemist, he can get back into the game from ancients or jungle creeps, whatever. So he's one of those heroes that doesn't actually care too much, because he's still just gonna be pushing the wave.
Did MVP also let Lich through when they picked Alchemist? I believe, yeah, right? Because I even asked, like, was Lich picked for dealing with the lack of gold that Lich?
Yeah, no, it was,
or was Alchemist pitched to deal with the Lich, basically, or to counter the Lich effect?
Yeah, I think.
Who are you favoring? You're favoring Alchemist. Who are you favoring?
Alchemist. They got Nature's Prophet. Ramsey's Nature's Prophet as well.
Wow. Gonna be a Doom off lane up against a Sven Witch Doctor.
This is a very
And I'm
calculated
this is
analysis.
I'm just gonna go at Finem. Come on.
Get on that hype
Do it
train.
for Dries. 2-0.
Your Empire. We're gonna find out. And it is time for a game number 2. Let's head over to AC and Draskell.
And welcome back to the floor of WePlay Season 3. I'm AC and this is Draskell, ready for Game 2 of a series that got started with an absolutely bonkers game, man. Rapiers dropped, Rapiers picked up. We saw for the second time in this tournament a team lose after megaing the other team. So we're going to jump right on in as the action has already started. But I'm really looking forward to this. Again, you know, an excellent showdown now between Empire and Ad Finem. And Ad Finem, I do want to clarify, a Greek team. I mistakenly referred to them as CIS in the last match. Totally my bad, guys.
Wait, you're telling me the world isn't just one giant continent?
I know, right?
Okay.
Why do things have to be hard?
I don't know. Somebody get me a map, please. I just need one at all times.
No, that was totally just bad note-taking by me prior to the event, and then, yeah, that's that. But coming into this game, Draskell, looking to Game 2, Ad Finem, without a doubt, still an underdog, regardless of what region in the world they happen to call home. And they managed to, you can't say steal, they earned every inch of it, but take a win and hang on. Skylark outnumbered in droves. Here comes the cavalry, though. Let's see how this is going to shake out. Level 1 team fight being shown off. Maybe next time is going to be our first one. Now Ramses may die on the high ground. He will. That's a 1-for-1 so far. Now they're going to turn it around. It's going to be Spartan now in trouble, and that's going to be 2-for-1 in favor of Empire, as it looks like finally we'll see the battle come apart. We see a little bit of trading of blows between Afterlife and Madara up here at top. Afterlife will tango his way through. But anyway, as the lanes take shape, how do you feel like this is going to play out now based on what we see looking ahead to the laning phase?
Well, I think that Empire are trying something that MVP showed earlier, which is picking the Alchemist into a lineup with a Lich and just trying to kind of outgreed the pick. But it's a little bit different this time around because we're going to see a stun here, actually.
I'm going to try to body block him. He mangoed up to make sure he got that off, so spent the mango. A couple more auto attacks might have gotten the job done. If it weren't for Scorched Earth, he would have been dead for sure.
Yeah, that was really close, but they're going to force him to do some regen. But as we were talking about the lineups, you know, Scandal's going to suffer a lot here. It's Queen of Pain and Lich. I mean, he might just be dead. Yep,
that's going to be another kill, and that's a huge kill for Thug. They are going to end up giving up maybe next time. In that trade there, given it was a 2-on-1, certainly one would think, well, it was actually a 2-on-2, but one would think it was a core exchange for the support, so should be favoring Ad Finem.
Absolutely worth for Ad Finem, 100%. And it's not like Mapache is getting a ton of EXP. They're still fairly low-level heroes. This matchup for Alchemist is such a struggle until he manages to hit 6. He needs Chemical Rage very badly. And I don't know if anyone's going to really be able to stack for him either. Afterlife's going to be dropping as well.
Again, yes, 6 kills in a minute and a half, my friend. If this pace continues, not going to be a lot of downtime for you and I to analyze anything, or more importantly, for you to analyze and me to ask questions.
This is the kind of start that you want if you're Ad Finem. Every single time, you know, you're getting these kills in lane, you're just applying pressure. You know that it's going to be quite a while before Empire's lineup really gets off the ground. They got this Alchemist, they got this Doom. They're very greedy heroes. They're trying to out-greed Ad Finem, but they're making the successful rotations.
Yeah, it seems like this is the approach now. If you let Lich through, It's just a flat out, how greedy can you be? Second time we've seen an Alchemist pick up in response to a Lich, not working out anywhere near as well this time as it did before.
Yeah, again, it's a completely different dynamic this time around, because when MVP picked Alchemist into the Lich, they picked it in a favorable matchup because Alchemist versus TA is fine for Alchemist.
Right.
And there was also no kill potential because it's obviously not a Queen of Pain. But if you get Frost Blasted and you have Queen of Pain Dagger on you and you're Alchemist with no base armor, you're gonna just get trounced. It's really, really hard for Empire to even help him in this middle lane as well, because what do? TP in and try to kill the Queen? She just blinks away. The best you're gonna get is killing the Lich. And that's not a good trade. Like, even if Scandal dies and you kill the Lich, it's still better for Finem.
I mean, with the deny mechanic, Lich is going to get his levels. He can stay back. He can play a little bit of catch up, much more so than most supports can at this level. And yeah, like you said, very close.
That was real close. Living life on the edge.
And speaking of, there's going to be another engagement at top. Let's see if they've got it. Here comes a Nature's Prophet, and they want to turn it. Madara trying to make a run into the side shop. Tree answer sprouted, but he won't be able to block him in. Trying to find a path to safety. Not going to be the case. Afterlife moving way too quick. But the cask bounce. Oh, my goodness. The RNG on the cast bounce saved him. He's going to turn and get a kill of his own. Oh, wow. That cast could have bounced through any of Ramsey's treants. Instead, it bounced straight back and prevented the kill on Madara and ends up with a support being traded for a core. That's brutal.
Not a great start for Empire. Fortunately, they always have the bounty to fall back on during the mid game. Like Maposhka, he's level 3 now. He's been kind of sticking around mid a bit, trying to help out Scandal as best he can. It's just trying to get any kind of footing in the early game that you can if you're Empire right now. And I think Ramses is the guy that you have to look to and be like, your TPs are going to be crucial, and he might just be dead here top lane as well.
Let's see if they can turn it again.
He might be too fast, actually.
Yep, if he had enough mana for a Stormhammer, I think they clean him up. But he's going to cast. That's going to bounce between them quite well. That's going to secure the kill.
Oh no.
Those skill casks out of Spartan. I'm actually not sure if there are any other targets that could have bounced to in range that time, but casts are getting work done in this top lane. Miposhka now going to wander up. He's going to be spotted. Gets hit in the face before he can even Janata. Madara's living on the edge here, playing with very, very low health. But he does have 1 point into Warcry if he needs it.
Yeah, he did put his skill points into okay. Just randomly staying a little bit too long. He even had the sentry down. I don't know why he was actually there that long. That was just a straight up greed / misplay. Very uncommon to see Madara make a mistake like that.
11 kills and 5 minutes on the nose, so eclipsing the 2 kill a minute mark. Second time today you and I have casted a game that has hit this early. We'll see if it's going to stay that way or not. Rotation down the bottom now. Level 5 on the Lich, 2 points into Frost Blast, drops the ward. And the Void is there. He's going to be glimpsed. And 1, maybe 2. He's going to need 1 more. That's going to do it. Good rotation from maybe next time. Gets himself to 5.5. And the Void, 5.5 as well. Now up at top, another engagement. Afterlife going to die under the tower. So TP canceled. 13 kills and counting at 5.5 minutes. What man? And a tier 1's down, by the way.
Oh my god, Ramses with the plays. He hit with all 3 treants at the same time to prevent Madara from getting the deny. Thank you, Ice Frog, for buffing treant damage like 50 patches in a row.
Spartan now right in the face of Ramses. He will sprout himself in. Spartan can't get the vision he needs for the cask. Now we're going to turn it around, though. Madara on Miposhka. Cask. Will they get the bounce? They got to bounce again! Oh, Spartan!
You know how tilted I would be if I was that bounty hunter right there? I would have just like disconnected. I'm like, all right, I'm done. I'm done with that.
Oh, I'm tempted to make a Major League joke if you've ever seen that movie. Jobu is kind to our good friend Spartan today.
God, that was just disgusting, actually. But it's still a fantastic start for Finem. It's going to be a little bit longer before the bounty hunter is going to have track available. He still needs about 2 levels before they're really going to start getting things going. But we can talk a little bit about, Scandal's Alchemist. He's starting to recover. In terms of overall last hits, it's not like Empire are trailing by a wide margin. It's more just the fact that Finem have been so active in being able to secure these early game kills. So that's really the thing that you look to and you say, okay, Finem need to keep applying the pressure, but they're successful in doing so.
And this is a very easy gank. Even spending the Chronosphere just to make sure it goes off without a hitch. And it was actually a nice move there. Simple thing, but Thug faked like he was coming back to mid, under vision. In case he was under vision, then he doubled back. He actually was in vision, but whatever. Spartan now in trouble behind his own tier 1. TPs are coming in. No cast going to save him that time. TP will be canceled. Now Thug's the one in trouble. He's got to get out of dodge. Has the blink, has Sonic Wave. I'm surprised they canceled that. If they'd have brought it in, Sonic Wave might have been enough to maybe secure a rebuttal kill. And let's see if he's just going to hold on here. He's going to spend it, or he's got help from maybe next time. Maybe is level 6, has his ult, but doesn't have the mana.
They're going to let it go. It's 4 heroes, and to be honest, Doom, it's deceptive how much health he has at this early stage. He's almost got 1,000 health, and it's only level 5, so it makes sense he doesn't want to commit the ulti. He knows that Chronosphere's down. The Skylark's not going to be able to TP in regardless and try to help him out. It's just more like they don't want to take the risk of losing heroes and the tower in conjunction, because that's just too much at this early phase.
Yep. Despite the fact that they are trailing in kills, it's actually 1,000 net worth lead. The experience is actually vastly in favor of Finem. So even though both have a lead in one way or another, it still feels pretty even. And now we're going to have a dust spent. Miposhka was caught with it, but nobody there to follow.
I'm interested to see how this game takes shape once Empire actually have all their ultimates available. Like, they've been prioritizing King R getting some experience down here. That's why 2 times you've seen him kind of get picked off, is because he is really just alone trying to get that Static Storm going. And the same thing could be said for Miposhka. He's trying desperately to get some EXP, and until that happens, you know, Empire's teamfight is not going to reach its full potential.
Madara using the God Strength to go into work on a stack of Ancients. This is going to be a nice infusion of gold for him. Should finish up his tier 2 boots. He's got to be careful, though. Getting very, very low there. And they drop a sentry. A couple of sentries. I'm trying to make sure there's no vision. Madara is playing this real close to the bone.
They just want to make sure they get him before they go back to base, because they don't want him to get stolen.
Yep, they got them both. Got the 2 big ones there at the end. 1,400 gold, and they're going to catch Bounty Hunter. There's the jump from Void. Void has a chrono if he wants to spend it. Doesn't look like he wants to. Doesn't look like he's going to need to. As Madara throws the Stormhammer, keeps himself at a safe distance. Good pickoff.
The funny part is, they know that he's there that whole time, and Rams is like pinging him like, I want a TP, but he knows that he can't get away with it.
Right.
I mean, this whole time, yeah, Afterlife's farming away in the top lane, so getting the stack is okay, but he's still managing the pressure.
King R.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
That's a sad disruptor.
Yep. Gets a glimpse off just to create some fireworks. It was funny, he literally wasn't moving in lane. Just got walked up and chronoed. 12-6. Finem now doubling up Empire, and we're beginning to see that gold lead that Empire had built tank back down to 0. It actually does cross the 0 line. The experience, though, obviously still in favor of Finem. Do you think Finem has gotten enough done early on?
I think, yeah, they're on the right track. Oh, if they can find Afterlife here, that would be huge.
And they will. Miposhka is there, Thug's there, Sonic Wave at the ready. No, he actually got Doom, so nothing at the ready for him. But God Strength is pretty terrifying at this level. And Miposhka's going to keep an eye on this Finn. There is a little bit of a rotation. Scandal and Ramsey's going to try to find him, and the unstable concoction's there, but he got the Stormhammer off first. Let's see how they're going to... Oh, there's the Static Storm. Sonic Wave is there, though, to blow the Alchemist up. However, 3 from Finem are caught in that Static Storm. They get off a couple more big spells, but they've got to hightail it. 4 down for Empire, 2 down for Finem. And just like that, the game blown wide open. Continuing to trade at a rate of about 2 for 1. Empire has got to slow the bleeding, my friend. This battle of big ultimates favoring the Greeks.
Okay, so in terms of sheer numbers, obviously Finem are going to walk away with that and be happy because they got a lot of golden experience. But Miposhka got 2 full levels from that engagement, which means he went from level 4 to 6. So even though, you know, you get an extra 1,000 or 800 experience in gold, I still think it's better for Empire because they got that crucial track going now on the Bounty Hunter, and they can start taking team fights more successfully because of that.
Now, team fight and the track, as we've seen all throughout this tournament so far, really determines so much. And, you know, and like you said, man, I think it's an excellent point to make in a game like this, 24 kills in 11 minutes. This is exactly the kind of game you want a Bounty Hunter in. You know, because regardless, whether you're winning or losing, now, even though you're losing at a rate of 1 kill to 2, that's going to be made up with track gold. It's not going to be the biggest deal.
Yeah, the skirmishes are always going to be favoring the team with Bounty, without a doubt. Even if you're trading uneven numbers, that's just what you have to understand when you're playing against the hero. And Finem dropping a sentry here.
A lot of money invested in the sentries, and it's paying off so far. If they can get him, nope, they're going to turn it around. I said, well, Skylark couldn't get away. Now he's going to go ahead and jump, going to TP away immediately. Ramses did TPM, but it looks like they're a little nervous about engaging around this area. It was just maybe next time there along with Ramses. In the meantime, at bottom, Madara and Thug are happy to take a tier 1.
This kind of small fighting around the map, not losing anything for Finem. They didn't have to commit Chronosphere. They get a tier 1. Definitely outmaneuvering Empire here in the early stages. If they can continue this kind of play, get their Sven, another core item going, and take some successful team fights with Chain Frost and Void, I think it's going to get ugly real fast for Empire. They need some more time before Scandal can actually farm up his Radiance.
Glimpse back, that's going to catch Spartan, and he's going to be knocked out of the TP. He's dead immediately, got off the cask, tried to use the Death Ward. Use it or lose it, I suppose.
He got some spite damage off there.
Yeah.
If I'm going down, I'm using abilities before I die.
Hoping that cask would miracle his ass back to safety.
I mean, it's happened already.
Exactly. At that point, it's not exactly a low probability proposition. Anyway, good pick off for Empire. And yeah, I mean, this is just an EKG again, man, of a goal graph. The experience graph continuing to favor Finem by about 5K, but just up and down, playing jump rope with the 0 line. Who do you think, you know, at this stage, we're getting towards the tail end of the early game, who do you think's really come out ahead?
I still think Finem are in really good shape. Their team fight's terrifying. That's the hardest part to deal with. Like, you want Doom to kind of get a Blink Dagger, so Afterlife can find, like, the Void, or he can find the Sven and Doom them before they're really able to do much. Heck, even the Queen is a good target. But if you don't get the proper initiation and you get Chronoed, and then Finem are able to set up a Death Ward and a Chain Frost and a Queen ulti, you can just get destroyed super fast.
Well, the itemization on Empire is pretty solid, though. They've got drums and tranks out on the Doom. The Prophet is not far away from his mech at all. He's already got a set of drums of his own. Alchemist with his armlet up. And the Disruptor, granted, he's a little broke, but still up. Now Thug brought back into the Static Storm. Here comes the rest of the team, going to try to flip this around. Thug got doomed, and he's down. There's going to be the Chrono, and he only got 1. Afterlife will end up being caught on the outside of it. The Death Ward well placed. Ramses has to hightail it. Madara there, Stormhammer in 2 seconds. Not even going to need it to bring down the Prophet, it doesn't look like. There's going to be a glimpse back on Thug, but not that it matters. Another team fight heavily favoring Finem. Looked like the jump was going to be in favor of Empire that time around, but even those items, those heroes, as tanky as they're feeling, just not feeling tanky enough in the face of these big ultimates, these big damage output.
I think Thug buying back was maybe a bit of an overreaction, but it still ends up being like a 2-for-1 exchange. And if they get the tier 1, I guess at the end of the day, it will be worth it. But again, it just goes to show that if there is a proper initiation, Empire can still potentially take a good fight. It's just that they overlap their ultimates a little bit too much. Like, they Static Storm and Doom the Queen. I think it was a bit overkill. And if you can get away with getting that kill without committing Doom, then the team fight would have gone much better for them. But they can't just drop a Doom on a hero that's already at like 20% health and expect to walk away unscathed.
Finem now going to pull back. And we can see the Echo Saber did come out from Madara. Fun item. Thon, what are your thoughts on this, Rascal?
I think it's fine. Like, the thing about Echo Saber that I really like for Sven is you can basically view it as an attack speed item when you're farming because it gives you that bonus swing every 5 seconds. And it also gives you pretty decent stats, you know, mana regeneration, attack speed, strength, and mana. So the hero, you want to walk around and be spamming Warcry 24/7 to make sure you're getting from camp to camp at a faster rate. So by tread switching and having Echo Saber, you're pretty much always at full mana. And because of the fact that you get that double swing with God Strength on, it's very similar to what Tiny gets as well, because his base damage is so high that the double attack benefits him much more in team fights as well. So I think it's okay. It's definitely better than the Spectre Echo Saber that we saw the other day. I'm more of a fan of Sven than I am Spectre.
He's going to take another big camp. Finem has been really diligent about stacking this from Madara, and it is showing in his gold progression. He's going to be up to about 2,400 gold. Yeah, he's going to wind up about 23.
He's farming so fast.
Yep. His overall net worth right there with the Alchemist. Only 300 gold behind an Alchemist who has max Greevil's Greed. That should tell you how well he's farming.
Yeah, but now Scandal's got the Radiance going, so it's going to be sent out to him now. That's going to start kicking the Alchemist GPM into ultra high gear.
Up, they find King R. Ramsey's going to go ahead and hightail. They're going to hope they don't find him. And the very good teleport. Very quick reaction, and that ends up being a wasted smoke for Finem as a result. Pipe picked up very early, 17-minute pipe coming out for the Void. How do you feel about that?
It's an amazing pickup. I mean, Static Storm, Wrath of Nature, even Scorched Earth and Doom itself are all magical damage, so...
Sorry,
it's pure damage.
Where's their right click at this stage? Like, they have some, yes, of course, from the Armlet and the Radiance on the Alchemist, but if they're able to control him, pretty much everything else they're relying on, at least at this stage, is coming, like you said, in the form of magic.
Yeah, it's going to be really difficult for Empire to take anyone down. They're going to need the Alchemist, I think, to just keep farming away. Maybe try to go a little bit later on, try to secure the Doom of Blink Dagger. I really think that that's integral to their strategy. They need to be able to Doom one of the high priority targets, like I think the Void and the Sven, if he doesn't have God Strength on, are probably the two best targets, and then Queen after that.
They know where the bounty is, and yep, they're going to go ahead and jump him. And the Doom out on the Void. That's huge. Elusive Chronosphere here. There's going to be another good cast comes out. Chain Frost is going to get at least a couple of bounces. Death Ward doing so much work. Thug living up to his namesake. Out of the woods, sends them all home. What a huge Sonic Wave to clean up the work the rest of his team had done. And Finem having a lead in this game, absolutely. At least in terms of momentum, but now blowing it wide open in their favor, and they're ready to tack on a Tier 1 top along with it.
The crazy part about that is the Sven still did more damage than the Queen during that fight. Because Madara goes in, there's like 3 heroes standing within cleave range. He gets a double attack with God Strength Echo Saber, and we're going to see a sphere here under Ramses.
Yep, the teleport was there from Madara as well. Stormhammer to follow. Ramses probably going to try to do something cute with the mech and a sprout here, maybe. Yep, there's the mech just buying time, wasting their time, I suppose. And they will be able to track it down. Madara secures the kill. The Tier 1 top as a result of that TP, though, did stay standing. You think the kill was worth giving up the tower?
Yeah, I think killing Ramses is fine. The offlane Tier 1 for Radiant is not really worth that much. Like, it only really lets you walk into, like, the secret shop. There's no objective in that area to fight over. It's just kind of a useless piece of the map at this state. So I don't really think they mind too much. They can always go back later and kill it. It's a Tier 1. I mean, you can even kill it through, there's no backdoor, right?
Right.
So you can even cut the creeps and kill it at some point if you just want to get it off the map. But yeah, I think it's fine. Ramses is more important for what the strategy is for Empire than an offlane Tier 1.
Roshan, the next target. And Madara, by the way, only about 1,100 gold away from a BKB. BKB on your Sven, a pipe out, and then just overall your ability to blow heroes off the map like we saw just a moment ago at top. I'm liking Finem's position a hell of a lot, man.
Yeah, they're looking really strong. I don't think that Empire are going to be able to take a direct fight unless they have like the perfect engage. And even getting the Doom on the Void, which you can consider one of the better targets because he had so much control to their team fight, even with that, they still got demolished the last time they fought. Of course, the positioning for them wasn't great, but it just goes to show that Finem's team fight is monstrously strong.
Now they're getting ready to show it again if they can. They're making their way up, coming as a group. They're going to look to catch Empire, a little too clumped up. All 4 out in lane, bounties down to the south. Madara's going to show himself. Poshka dropping a sentry of his own. It looks like they're going to take that as their mark to retreat. That's the right call to make, no doubt.
Yeah, you don't want to fight into Aegis Sven at this point. He's already got way too much. You don't want to give Madara any more farm. This guy is gigantic. Sure. It's a little bit strange, like Empire's draft, because their power spike is kind of going to stem from Alchemist farming a ton. But the issue really comes from the fact that Finem are doing such a good job at pressuring the map that even the Alchemist, you know, Scandal's 1 and 4. And yeah, he's got Radiance and Armlet and whatnot, and now he's got his Boots of Travel. It's only 20 minutes in, but for an Alchemist, this is actually not super farmed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a lot of the games, you look at Alchemist, he could have another item on top of this at this early state.
Scandal's having a rough game, and not as rough as Afterlife. Afterlife is 0 and 6 on this Doom, so it's been rough sledding for him.
But he's got Blink, though. I mean, this is the nice thing about Doom, is even if you're just kind of feeding, if you get a Doom on the right target at the right time, your job is done.
Yep.
It's just like, we got a Doom on the Queen, we got a Doom on the Sven of the Void, we're good. We can now try to fight.
There's only so many Dooms to go around. Madara just picked up his BKB. There's going to be a Death Ward spin on Miposhki. Yep, they got him with the Maledict.
So
Maledict damage brings him down, and he's still just sitting at level 8. He's actually as low level as the Disruptor, and that's a gigantic gap between those 2 bottom supports.
Yeah.
Actually, you know, even the Nature's Prophet, he just hit 12, I guess not bad, but going 8 and 8, both on the side of Empire before you jump up to the next highest support, which is 11 for the Witch Doctor on Finem. They're just getting it done on all sides, man.
It's just when you take successful team fights so often and the enemy team they're kind of having to group up and look for engagements, but they're not getting anything, you just automatically are going to fall behind in the experience category. The team that 5-mans more and is less successful in fighting is always going to be behind.
Well, and they're really not getting enough kills for track to matter, too. That's the big problem. It's not enough that, you know, it's okay if you've got a bounty and you're going to lose, you know, 1 for 2 or something like that. Like, you can still come in on the bad side, still do okay. They're coming out without getting any kills in a lot of these fights.
I think the trouble kind of stems from the idea that, you know, Bounty Hunter is not known as a great 5 versus 5 hero, and Ad Finem are constantly wanting to fight into them with their full squad because they have this Queen, they have the Void. They're looking for Scandal right now. He did walk past a ward, so they have a good idea of the positioning. This could be a really scary moment here for Empire.
Oh, wow.
They're going to scan. They know that they're over there.
Radiant Spurn is there. They blink ahead. Madara trying to catch up. He's going to war cry, he and his whole team.
They want to fight so badly. They got a double damage on Madara, and they're just not going to be able to find anything.
Yeah, he's going to run up and smack this tower a few times, though. Madara with the Aegis does not care to play a little riskily. And if I'm them, man, do you just run down this top lane and just say, come at me, bro?
I think so.
Why wouldn't you?
Blink BKB Aegis, why not? You got level 3 God Strength as well.
Jeez, that damage output. Just chopping wood on the tier 2, and look at the positioning of Empire. They don't want any piece of this. You push even further. Like, you've got the Aegis, and I was going to say, do you even dare them and say, you know what, you're coming back to your tier 3. We might bail out afterwards. It looks like they just want to go ahead and leave.
Nice sphere.
And here we go. Sonic Wave going to catch 2 in the sphere. The damage follow-up's going to be there. Here comes the Chain Frost as well. And Static Storm's going to go down, but it doesn't accomplish anything whatsoever. Ad Finem once again just outmaneuvering Empire. And that's going to be a 2-0 once again. And it might even be worse. They catch up with the Ramses. He's gone as well. 3-0. That's a blink now on the Void. And at 24 minutes in, we got 37 kills, 27 of which belong to Ad Finem. This team, man, came into this series, and this is so tough. Again, Empire being a team that many considered a favorite to do well here. You know, not quite on home turf, but certainly a popular team here in the arena. And Ad Finem's just really showing the world what they're made of.
Yeah, you got to give them credit. I mean, this is a team that I've had the pleasure of watching kind of coming from, you know, they were old London Conspiracy, basically. They made Ad Finem, they got a couple of new members, and they have just been playing extremely well all throughout the Dream League, which obviously I cast, and now into WePlay. Just showing once again that they can contend with some of the higher tier teams.
Aegis is down, and they're not, I mean, even with the Aegis down, I was going to say, is this the right call? Oh, there's going to be a glimpse, and nope, not able to grab him. Afterlife tried to blink and maybe get the game.
They got to try to punish something, though, man. Like, Empire can't just take that one on the chin and be satisfied.
Let's see if they want to give chase. There's going to be the silence on the Afterlife. Spartan's down on the low ground. Looks like they really do just want to, Spartan's dead. Maybe not. There's going to be a Stormhammer thrown, glimpse back on Spartan. He's definitely going to die. It's a matter of how badly Ad Finem wants the counterpunch. The Doom out on the Sven. Otherwise, I think they would have turned and tried to fight. Scandal going to give pursuit. Hit with a dagger, doesn't matter. He's rushing him down. Madara is about to lose his Doom. He may turn around, and he's going to be caught in beautiful Static Storm. Got 3. This is the turnaround that Empire's been looking for a long time. Madara gets off a 2-man Stormhammer, still making a run for it. He's so damn tanky. And maybe next time is bought back, but to do what? Gets off the Chain Frost, that kind of helps. But that's basically it. In fact, he may die back here. One more auto attack could be it, and it will. That's another track kill, so he basically bought back just to be tracked. Skylark's gonna drop as well. Triple kill for Scandal. And Empire takes a situation where it looks like they had just lost every ounce of momentum, and they put a hurting on the Greeks.
They just got caught out of position really badly. Like, the Aegis faded, there was no BKB on the Sven because he got doomed during the BKB duration, so he obviously has to run away. And there's no control left. So they basically just get picked non-stop, and that's one of the best things about Empire's lineup is once you start getting tracks out and the enemy team is retreating, you're going to get glimpsed. Ramses is going to try to teleport and sprout you in. There was no Quelling Blade on the Sven, so he couldn't get himself out of the sprout in the first place to get himself back to safety. So ultimately ends up making the Lich buyback futile, and he just dies twice.
Yep.
That was brutal and a huge experience in Gold Swing going the way of Empire.
And now level 11 bounty. I'm not sure if he was level 11 during that fight.
No, he hit it, I think, when the last heroes died.
I was going to say.
Dear God, that swing.
Yep. The swing is absurd. All the way back up now. Basically if I'm reading the graph correctly, it's been a while, but I'm pretty sure that's a 10,000 gold swing we just witnessed.
Yep. That's some bounty hunter kill 5 heroes gaming right there.
And it's only going to get worse now with level 2 track up. These fights that are already going well, but not as well as they could have for Finem. Now, if they trade even ever, they're going to be virtual lost fights. Like, they cannot afford to trade even if the bounty hunter is getting tracks off and is surviving these fights. They just can't.
Well, I think on the side of Finem, obviously they don't want to be going for the even trades, but they're going to have a full AC done on Sven relatively soon. And I think as long as they coordinate their ultimates properly and Sven has BKB, they should still be able to fight with very high effectiveness. It just, again, boils down to, does Afterlife get the proper initiation with his own Blink Dagger? Is the Static Storm going to be on point? And we can also look to the BKB timings now because Thug now has a 10-second BKB. He doesn't have to be super worried about that Static Storm anymore on its own. He actually needs to get doomed in order to be controlled. So that's also something about this lineup of Empire that does have a weakness is when BKBs come out, you better hope that the Alchemist has enough items to start carrying. And thankfully, I think the Empire are kind of in that spot. That Alchemist was tied for net worth with the Sven before that fight.
Yep.
And now all of a sudden, he's 4K ahead. He is almost a full item in progression ahead of the Sven.
Empire sniffing around the Roche pit. We'll be respawning very, very soon, trying to clear vision. And we'll see if that's going to be the destination for Finem as well. One can only imagine it is. They tried a cutesy smoke gank up top using Madara as bait, trying to hope that he would make too enticing of a target and that perhaps Empire would be in the vicinity as well. Just didn't work out that way. And just again, a few seconds, about 8 now until the Roshan's back up. In the event of a Roche fight, you give the advantage to Finem because of their AoE?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Definitely. It's just really hard to get into a good spot to find the proper target to doom and whatnot. Like, they don't necessarily have the greatest vision unless tracks are preemptively used. So in that regard, you kind of have to favor Finem. They have mass AoE, they have good teamfight control with the Void. The Witch Doctor Death Ward can be devastating in these enclosed spaces if you can't get to him to interrupt it. Oh man, they're gonna miss their scan. Empire were kind of scanning around Roshan to try to see if it was actually being done, but nobody walks into it.
Yep.
I don't know if it would have mattered though. They don't have any towers to TP2 anyway, so looks like Finem are just gonna be getting away with this.
Only one tier 2 still stands. Roche no longer stands. You're Finem. What's the best use here? Wow, they got a courier. And it had 1,800 on it.
Maposhka behind enemy lines there, just going deep.
It was a
Helm, yeah.
Yeah, it was Madara's Helm.
Dropped his Dominator.
Yep. No big, no big.
I do think that in this game, Empire, they still have the chance to, I don't know if you want to call it a comeback, but they definitely were not leading for like the first, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes of this game. Then off the back of one team fight, they kind of just blasted themselves into a great position. This is getting to a stage where it's really hard to call who kind of has the advantage. Even with the Aegis, Finem, they still need to take the proper fight. You know, if your Sven gets doomed and he's just walking around without ulti on or anything, I still think Finem could lose that engagement even with Sven having 2 lives.
Even Sprout, man, like you said, there's no Quelling Blade. He's got a blink, but he's taking damage. That's not an option now, so Sprout could be a big deal.
They just need to make Echo Saber able to cut down trees too. Why not? Just keep putting in items that cut trees. I mean, it's a sword. You should be able to hack a tree down,
You would
right?
think so, right?
Not quite as good as an axe, but it's decent.
Boots of travel up on the Sven now. And Finem seems to be just waiting on a few more little items. 3,300 gold tucked away for Thug. So we'll see what direction he wants to go. What's the pickup for the Quap, you think?
I think he just goes Hex, honestly.
Yeah? Skip Scepter?
I don't think that, like, Aghanims is okay, but I don't know if you want to play the wave clear game, and the consistency of the LPs.
Oh, Doom on the Madara. They laid in wait, and everyone was far away. This is honestly kind of chancy of them to have done, but it's completely worth it. You know, not having, no, actually, yeah, no, that's pretty chancy of them to have done. They didn't have any vision in the jungle, so they had no idea if there was a whole team waiting there, but it pays off in droves.
Not only that, but they're also pushing bottom in the meantime. So Finem, they were like running top to try to save the Sven, wasting time. And, you know, getting like 25% of the tier 3's health. Look at how much damage that Nature's Wrath did. Good lord.
Yep.
You know, we haven't really talked much about this Nature's Prophet, but he has kind of been the unsung hero. Ramsey's just kind of split pushing out lanes, making sure that there's always pressure somewhere on the map that Finem have to react to.
Yep.
So they're not able to really get their full 5-man going, because that's when the lineup of Finem reaches its peak. So when they're together, they can get the Queen, the Void, and the Lich. Obviously the Sven too, in conjunction with that Chronosphere, and just really lay some hurt onto Empire, but they're not really getting the opportunity anymore. And because of the fact that the Alchemist also has Radiance Octarine with the Manta style, it's just non-stop wave push. And he even goes for the Shivas. Like, this is, I want to push lanes super fast. I never want to have to go back to base, because this is the build where Alchemist just has permanent regen.
Yep. I mean, Shiva certainly helps dealing with Sven too.
Yeah.
Armor up and attack speed down. But yeah, like you said, but the Prophet has his Scepter, so he's going to be able to keep these lanes perpetually pushed. If anyone's in vision, they're going to be taking pretty consistent damage. Cooldown only about 60 seconds long with the Scepter up on Nature's Wrath. And as you said, the damage output tremendous. It does begin to feel like Empire has successfully bottled up Finem, and now the Prophet has actually found a Hex. So a very, very nice, reliable disable.
Yeah, he doesn't quite have the blink yet, which makes the Hex a little bit better, but it is nice to be able to just come into the team fight, TP on the back line, try to get a Hex on an important target, and go from there. Maybe you can help the Doom initiate. Naposhka, living life on the edge here. No gem actually on Finem. I guess oh no, they do have a gem. Skylark has it. So Skylark got stuck on the cliff and didn't walk into the Bounty Hunter. Otherwise, that would have been a really, really sad Naposhka.
There's 2 heroes above them, make it 3 if you count the Doom. And if they decide to jump him this time, yeah, look at that. They go right on him.
Afterlife.
Using the BKB, are they gonna be able to catch him, blink up? No. I was gonna say, oh, Skylark's right on his tail. He's got a spear if he wants it. Don't know that it's worth it. They're still trying to track him down. That move speed so high. Yep, he's gonna spin the spear.
Well, they are cutting the creep wave during this time, so Afterlife is buying a pretty good amount of space. Like, bottom and top are both being pushed in simultaneously.
Yep.
They're going to have to just immediately go back. So even though he ends up dying, he makes them commit Sphere to get the kill because the miss blink by Madara, not able to cut his way out of the trees in time. And again, like you were mentioning, it's very nice contained coming in from Empire.
Bounty Hunter even getting the Force Staff now, just to help out with some of the CC that Finem has at their disposal. I don't know that I've ever casted a game where one team at 35 minutes was doubling the other team up in kills, and not like 6-3 because it's a super quiet game and everyone's farming. Like 45 kills in 34 minutes, one team is doubling the other up, and I feel like the team being doubled up is actually the one that's in the lead in terms of momentum and in terms of progression.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, right? Like,
yeah,
one team has a huge experience lead, one team has a huge gold lead. It's not often that you see that in Dota. Usually they go hand in hand.
Yep.
All right, so this is really important to note. So Alchemist bought Aghanims, gifted it to King R, which means that if he catches out the Sven without BKB popped, he will not be able to use it inside of the Static Storm. That's going to be a really big thing here.
I bet it's going to be the Doom. They got Madara. They're going to try to turn this around. Static Storm is there, but there's a big Sonic Wave, and now here comes the damage. As Finem turns this around, Empire got a little ahead of themselves. Are they going to be able to find Scandal? Behind the fight, Afterlife still cutting away. Skylark's going to end up dropping. Now Thug's caught inside of the kinetic field. He's going to be glimpsed right back into the teeth of Empire. And that's a 3-for-1, and make it 3-for-4. Yes! There was a buyback from the Void there. He never spent Chronosphere. I'm not sure if it was on cooldown, but either way, it didn't go off in that fight. And now they don't have the damage. Now maybe they will as the Quap is bought back. Unbelievably costly for Finem. And that may be enough to send Empire back and rethinking things, but just, I mean, they lose 4 heroes, 2 buybacks, and the only thing they got was the Alchemist, who, as rich as he is, it just doesn't matter. They're now forced to sit on the other side of the map for another who knows how long.
Yeah, it's getting really difficult. So this goes back to the age-old rock, paper, scissors of Dota 2, where the mass team fight is beaten by the split push. Like, mass team fight is considered like rock, I guess.
Yep.
And then, you know, you have paper, which is split push, and they're kind of just never able to get their 5-man going in the way that they want. And because of Afterlife's initiation there, they get the Doom on the right target. Like you mentioned, the Sphere never goes off from the Void, as soon as it happens, the fight is just over. Like, there's no way that Finem are going to be able to come back from that. If the Sven is their primary damage dealer at this point in the game, when he has that God Strength active, so it's very difficult to take fights when you don't have the proper vision. And I think that's also another thing is Finem do not have a vision granting hero. You know, they don't have Bounty Hunter, there's no Beastmaster, there's not even like a Zeus or anything like that. So in order to get the proper team fight, they need to like ward in advance in the area that they're going to fight in, and it's just very difficult to do when you don't have any map control. Like Empire are just pushing in wave after wave. Like look at the map. Where do they go?
Yep, right about here is about as far as we've seen Finem come out for the last, I don't know, 5 to 8 minutes. Like they are literally just about unable to leave their base. Like barely able to skirt away, and even then in the jungle it feels risky. Scandal pushing in top, and we can see movement down to bottom. Ramsey is beginning to really feel his power on the Prophet. He's got 5,400 gold, and Midas off cooldown, so even that's gonna jump. Just waiting on the Roshan. Rosh has a few minutes left.
My question is, does Scandal just keep buying Aghanims for the rest of his team? Because I'm pretty sure Aghanims on the Doom would be amazing. It pretty much just means that you can, like, you never can stay around the Doom during the fight. You have to try to run away from him to reset it, and then, you know, you're never gonna do anything in the fight regardless.
No, I think you're right, man. I think without a doubt,
he can also like gift it to Ramses for an extra inventory slot, because Ramses, he bought his own eggs, but he's actually got so much money. He's got 6,400 gold on top of a full inventory, so if he wants, he can like get rid of the Aghanim. Scandal can give him one, and then he can buy like a Mjolnir or, you know, an AC, since he decided to go Shivas on the Alchemist.
Needs to be like a pawn shop kind of a policy.
Yeah.
Turn the Aghanims in. Get it out of Hawk whenever you feel like you want it back. But anyway, yeah, we're continuing to see the same old pattern play itself out, man. Finem just sitting back and really unable to move, strangled out. And are they even going to be able to contest this next Roshan? It should be up in about 30 seconds or so.
I think they have to. I honestly think if Empire get the next Roshan, they are way too far behind.
Right.
It's not that they can't win a team fight, it's that they're never going to get the team fight that they want. That really is what happens when you play against this Nature's Prophet during the late game, and the Radiance, Octary, and Alchemist as well. There's just way too much split push, and the heroes themselves, even if you can catch them out, they're just so tanky that you have to commit so many ults to kill them. Like, to kill the Alchemist, you need to sphere him. To kill the Doom, you need to sphere him. And if the sphere is down, that means that the other heroes of Empire feel a lot safer in their split push game. I mean, heck, even killing the Nature's Prophet, he's got Octarine and Aghanims now. He's got 2,500 health. Like, they are just shoving in lanes.
And they can do this pretty much
forever?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really tough for Finem. Taking that one push middle lane, getting caught out with the Sven not having BKB because of the Doom and whatnot, that one fight just turned the entire game on its head.
Yep. Well, the thing is, though, you can tell, like, just the way everything was going. There's going to be a Doom. Jumping straight on the Madara. TPs are immediate. Madara wants to try to turn it. Thought about it. There's going to be a Sphere. It got two, but it doesn't matter. There's no one there to follow. So Sphere is now on cooldown. That's going to be 90 seconds without Sphere if Empire wants to try to force the issue. With that, Roshan just popped in the midst of all of it. If they check it and it's up, I mean, how do you fight in the pit if you do not have Sphere right now?
Hope that Empire hug each other and throw out a Chain Frost. That's what I'm hoping for right now if I'm Finem. This is it's not an impossible game for Finem, but it ain't easy.
No, they're going to need everything to go right. I mean, just look at the health bars of Ramsey, Scandal, and Afterlife on their own. They're just so huge. And they are going to manage to find Miposhka up at the high ground, but Death Ward's going to go off.
They're not even going to kill him.
Yeah.
Actually, just TP's away. That is demoralizing, actually.
Yeah, and now Roshan's down, and that's also Cheese, by the way, not just Aegis. Finem played such a good early game, but it was hanging by a thread. And that thread just got a bit thinner. As Skylark, brought down. He's down for 82 seconds. Oh, wow.
He'll have it, though. In like 30 seconds, he'll have enough to buy out.
In 30, he'll have the goal, but he's got a minute on his timer.
Oh, he does have a minute on his timer. Yeah, you're right. Okay, I didn't see the actual buyback cooldown.
Oh, nice, Manta. Avoids the Stormhammer. Now Madara in trouble. There's going to be a Sonic Wave that mostly does illusion damage, unfortunately. They are able to turn it, though. Good Shane Frost. Gets enough bounces to give them time to chase them down. Afterlife brought down. And this is the turnaround that Empire really needed. Ooh, Thug. Not quite able to make it away. That's a big pick in return. Madara's now going to give chase to Scandal and Miposhka. They're going to go straight after Scandal. Scandal trying to use the trees. Buyout from the Nature's Prophet. And now the unstable concoction following the Hex after the buyout. Can never sleep on the fact that the Prophet can rejoin the fight at any time. Buyback now from Sven. Extremely costly on both sides. And let's see if Empire wants to continue to push. The Quap's down, the Void is down. And Queen of Pain also 30 seconds until her buyback is available. Has the gold, just doesn't have the time. And they lose a tier 3. Scandal's going to commit. Goes in, no reprisal from Ad Finem. You're getting cutting it a little close now. Void's going to be up. He should have the sphere. He does. And are they going to continue to press this? Looks like they really want to. Madara's there. I mean, just really wanted to get something out of this Aegis. Spartan, I mean, they can't touch him. Even the Sven's not doing enough damage at this stage. Now they're going to try to turn on Ramses. Ramses in some trouble up on the high ground. There's a Gotcha. 4 staff down to the low ground. And Madara once again hexed out. There's the Doom. And Madara, this is on a buyback. Call it a dieback. As there's going to be a Static Storm that catches him and Skylark. Wonderfully fought fight from Empire. And they may well have just taken this game. 100 seconds on the Sven. They're just continuing to clean house. Thug is back up, but he's got nothing for him. No Scepter in his inventory means longer cooldown on the ultimate. Spartan chopped down from behind by Scandal. Miposhka right there with him, sends him scurrying for the fountain. That's going to be Rax for sure, and I don't know how you slow. They know it. Can't slow down the train coming out of Russia. GG, we're all tied up.
Man, what a nice draft actually from Empire this game. Once again, showing that the Alchemist can definitely be used in these situations against the Lich pick. I think it's going to be a constant theme now. Like, if you're going to be picking Lich, you always have to keep that in the back of your mind. And because of the Doom, especially, so we talk about this a lot on the panel. When you have this very high net worth hero like a Sven, who's just going to eat so much farm on the map, and you're playing against a Doom, whenever that hero gets disabled and he has no BKB, you're just flat out losing like 24,000 gold.